We've got it, and we're doing it once again in regards to the fourth stimulus check, monthly stimulus checks, and raising monthly benefits like Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA benefits. Let's get into it and talk about all of the details. But hey everyone, welcome. Hey, so great to see you as always. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am back every single day to keep you updated and to do whatever I possibly can to help you out through this time. We have an absolutely amazing community here, so thank you so much for being part of it. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. With that being said, let's get into this. So, if you've been watching the videos for any length of time now, first off, thank you for being here. But you know, a couple weeks ago, I drafted this letter. It's a letter that I drafted calling on the President and Congress to support the idea of a fourth stimulus check in the amount of $2,000 plus monthly recurring payments in the amount of $600 starting in July and extending through the end of 2021. At the same time, in this same letter from a couple weeks ago, I also called on them to consider reforming Social Security and boosting benefits to all of these beneficiaries to an absolute minimum payment of $1,073 per month, which would be the federal poverty line. So, I sent this letter out to not only the president, but I sent it out to 19 other people across Congress, as in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. Well, now that we've gone through a couple weeks here, I've decided, and as I've said in my last couple videos over the last few days here, I'm working on drafting even another letter, which I have right here. I've completed the letter, and I want to have my wife, Corey, come in and read to you this exact letter that I've drafted, simply because I feel like one letter is simply not enough. We need to continue to put the pressure on and really encourage these people to push through a fourth stimulus check, monthly stimulus checks, and to reform Social Security. As all of us know, things are getting more expensive out in the real world, and these fixed benefits that everybody's receiving on a monthly basis from Social Security, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, just simply isn't doing it anymore. So, with that being said, I'm really excited about this new letter. So I'm going to have Corey, my wife, come in right now. She's going to read it to you. And then I will see you again in just a couple minutes on the other side, and we will go through all of the details. All right, take it away, Corey.
On behalf of my community, consisting of over 264,000 people, we are reaching out once again to express our concerns. Our community is primarily made up of low-income individuals who are living on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA benefits. Our concerns are as follows, along with some actionable steps to help alleviate some of their stressors. Concerns. 1. Financial support that is being offered on a broad spectrum through programs such as the CTC, Enhanced Unemployment Benefits, PPP, and EIDL grants, to name a few. These programs do not offer support to low-income individuals without children. 2. The rapidly rising prices due to inflation, which is deteriorating the purchasing power of our already limited monthly stipend. 3. The lack of effort to reform Social Security and SSI to grant a higher benefit that more accurately reflects the cost of living. And action steps. 1. Immediately issue a fourth stimulus check in the amount of $2,000 to low-income individuals who have an annual income under $40,000. 2. Offer a $600 monthly direct payment to individuals earning under $40,000 starting in July and extending through the remainder of 2021. And 3. Promptly work to reform Social Security and the SSI program to increase benefits to a livable amount, which would be no less than $1,073 a month. It continues to concern us to see that families earning $150,000 per year are receiving monthly checks as a result of the child tax credit, while low-income individuals living on a fixed income are overlooked. The administration has stated that no older adult or person with disabilities should ever need to live in poverty in America, but sadly, that is exactly what is happening to millions of Americans right now. Please consider the action steps as outlined above and bring immediate relief to millions of struggling Americans. Thank you, Matt, the Daily Advocate, from the Blind to Billionaire YouTube channel.
So there it is, letter number 2, very clear-cut and straight to the point. So my first question for you is, are there any amendments that you would like to make? Is there anything that is blatantly obvious that I have forgotten to add into this letter? So that's why I want to bring this to you, is I'm asking for your feedback. Now, this is not the final draft. I will be making a few amendments as I go through all of your comments down below, and I'll be making some necessary changes to it. However, I want to come back and I want to get the final draft of this thing done relatively quickly so that we can send this thing off and get it out to those people, once again, across Congress, the House of Representatives, and the Senate, as well as the President. So as you can see in the letter, very clear-cut, straight to the point. Basically, I'm laying out a few of my concerns, which are, I've said this so many times in other videos, it still does not make any sense to me that people earning $150,000 a year are starting to get monthly checks on an ongoing basis starting in July and extending through the end of the year. Meanwhile, those individuals living on a small fixed income from things like Social Security, SSDI, retirement, survivors, SSI, VA are getting literally absolutely nothing. As you saw in this letter right here, I talked about the CTC, which is the child tax credit. I talked about the expanded unemployment benefits. I talked about the PPP, which is basically just a massive stimulus check for businesses. The EIDL grants, again, more free money for businesses. There's so much free money out there right now that's being sent out to so many different groups, except for basically all the people that I advocate for. The low-income people living on a fixed income, a very small fixed income from all of these federal benefits that I continue to mention. So as you noticed, I laid out my concerns right there at the top of the letter. I laid out some concerns. Not only that, I went in to say, here are some easy, actionable steps that you guys can take to make it right. And that would be issuing an immediate $2,000 stimulus check to all of these low-income individuals with anybody with an annual income under $40,000, which is exactly what I also cited in this letter. Consistency is very, very important. Not only that, I went on to say, issue this same group, the people earning under $40,000 per year, an ongoing monthly payment of $600 per month starting in July and extending through the end of 2021. Now, why did I choose $600? Because, in fact, the average family is going to be getting $550 from the CTC, the child tax credit, which are going to be starting in about 4 weeks from now. So I feel like, hey, it's only fair if the average family is going to be getting $550. Why wouldn't all these other individuals who are getting nothing because they're either single or their kids are old enough where they're not qualified anymore, they should be getting about the same, $600 per month, extending through the end of the year. And then very simply, my last actionable step that I said in there, hey guys, you need to work on reforming Social Security and the SSI program and VA, of course, to boost benefits to 100% of the federal poverty level, which turns out to be, according to my calculations, about $1,073 per month as an absolute minimum. So again, when I send this letter out, letter number 2, I'm actually going to include letter number 1 once again. So I'll include these 2 letters when I send these out, just to be like, hey, remember this letter number 1? Well, I'm following it up with letter number 2. Yes, so that is exactly what I will do when I mail these out. So if you did not happen to see my video from a few weeks ago talking about this here letter number 1, I will link it down below in the description and in the comment section. I'll pin a comment to the link to that video if you want to check it out. But I'm excited about this letter once again. As I've said so many other times in other videos, literally there is so much evidence right now pointing toward stimulus check number 4, monthly stimulus checks, and all kinds of other stimulus programs. The deal is, we need to kind of keep the pressure on because that's how things actually happen. You continue to pressure on. You continue to kind of like, pressure these people, and eventually they just say, okay, fine. You know what? There's a lot of demand for this. There's a lot of appetite for additional stimulus checks. Let's just get it done. Let's add it into the package. Well, we already know that a lot of these people in Congress and in the Senate, the presidency, they're already getting a bunch of pressure from all of those letters that we've already talked about numerous times in previous videos. The 53 members from the House of Representatives sent the letter calling on additional stimulus checks. The 21 members out of the Senate called on additional stimulus checks in their letter. The 6 members out of the House Ways and Means Committee submitted their letter. That long letter from the Economic Security Project, their letter calling on additional stimulus. There are so many different people out right now. So I feel like we need to do our part, right? Submit a letter and send it in. Now I get it. What's the likelihood that they're going to believe, they're going to rely on our information and say, well, the guys on YouTube said we should issue another stimulus check. Just because they said it, we should do it. I'm not really saying that, but it's more a point of just bringing up hey, this community consists of 264,000 people, and hey, basically everybody here really needs an additional stimulus right now. It's just adding more people into the mix, showing that, hey, there's actually appetite for more stimulus. Also, I forgot to mention that petition out there right now that is over 2.3 million signatures. Yes, once again, calling on a fourth stimulus check and monthly stimulus checks. So, there's just a lot going on, and I feel like I need to continue doing my part to put the pressure on and help do whatever we can to convince these people that additional stimulus checks are needed. Because realistically, if they ever read through the comments section on any of my videos, they would see that it's very clear that people are really, really struggling right now. And I feel like as your daily advocate, working on your behalf on a daily basis, it is my duty to do whatever I possibly can to reach out to these people and kind of urge them to say, hey, issue another stimulus check. That's all we're asking right now. Issue some additional stimulus check and make the necessary changes that everybody needs during this time. So if you have any suggestions for me to amend letter number 2, please let me know. I'm open to any suggestions. Leave those down below. And I will go through all the comments, I will read them, and we will make any necessary changes. And I will come back, hopefully sooner than later, maybe possibly later today or maybe tomorrow with the final draft of this letter. And I'll have my wife read it to you once again, and we can go from there. And then we're going to send it off, and hopefully they'll read it. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this. Just remember, I'm always here to help you in any way that I possibly can. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so already. Go back and check out any of my other nearly 1,200 videos right here on the channel. And make sure to share this video with your friends, family, social media, so we can continue to reach as many people as possible, build the community, and have an even bigger influence and impact when we reach out in regards to all these letters and everything like this. So, thanks again, and check out that link down below if you want to see the video highlighting letter number 1. This is a good one. It was sent out a few weeks ago, and they should have received it, a couple weeks ago already. They should already have it. So, anyway, thanks again, everyone. I will catch you again later, and just remember, I'm always here for you. I'm here to help in any way that I possibly can. I am on your team. Thank you, everyone. You're amazing, and I'll see you again later. See ya.